They found that couples that talk about their intimate life, that they are happier, and that couples who are engaging at least like one time a week and having sex together, that they are like 95% more happy in their marriages. So it's kind of like if you are doing well in the bedroom, that it is reflecting like, oh, okay, you're caring for each other. You are lavishing on each other. You are enjoying each other. You're making time for each other, right? Those things are happening, and that those are going to correlate with a happy marriage. And it's just like anything else, right? When there's a deficit of something, James will tell me it's the missing tile theory. So if he's a realtor and if there's all these tiles, the tile work, but one is missing, even though like 800 of them look fine, the eye will go to the one that's missing. And it'll be like, something is wrong with that. Sure. And he'll say to me, you know, sex is that missing tile, that if that one tile is off, especially for a man, it can be for a woman too, but when that one tile is off, it's like everything is off. The good news of that is, if we can fix that tile, then our marriage is going to hum along a lot easier. Now, I will tell you, this has been the struggle, right? In our 26 years of marriages, you have kids, you have different desires. This is something we've constantly had to talk about and act on. And, you know, I interviewed Dr. David Clark many years ago, the psychologist, and he said, to answer your second part of your question, couples who have children who do not schedule sex do not have sex. Wow. Right? So it was this whole idea of you do need some kind of practice and scheduling, because if spontaneous isn't working, something else has to work, right? Sure. So whether it's like, you know, for my husband, I tell our secrets. I hope none of my children are going to listen to this, but it's fine. But we call it heart time, which, I mean, good grief. Yes. So we'll do like little calendar invites to heart time. And I feel like even Lucy once was like, what is this heart time? And I remember I said something like, that's when Daddy and I like talk and make sure everything's okay between us, you know. So you do have to actually put this on your calendar, but it's kind of like the same thing that you would, you know, schedule a dinner date or something. It's just something, you know, that's good for your marriage and that you should schedule in. Now, with having the kids in the house, that's so true. So this is maybe the beauty of having a babysitter or having a family that you guys are swapping, you know, their kids are going to your house and your kids are going to their house. Something where there is a kind of rhythm where you realize like this is important, that, you know, like we need to schedule this. We need to make this happen. If this isn't happening, then we need to make this happen. And then maybe make it funny. I know it's hard, you know, like maybe it's happening after everyone's in bed and you're so exhausted and you're just like, I cannot believe now we're doing this. And that somehow that you're bringing humor into this and that you're having fun with it. And the other thing that I learned from Shaunti Feldhahn that was very encouraging. This is a key that I did not have for a long time in my marriage. And I talk about it more in the book, but it's this receptive desire and initiating desire. So the initiating is that like, come on, baby, let's do it. And you feel it and you want to do it. And then the receptive is like, you know, I wasn't really planning on that, but now that we're like doing this and we're like here, like, okay, yeah, this feels good. This feels nice. So what ends up happening, and they say that statistically, they say 75% of women have this receptive, you know, so you wonder like, why is a man always like, I'm always ready? Like, just give me the go signal and I'll go. Well, that's because they're kind of built to be initiators and we are more built to be receptive. And I think once we understand that, my poor husband, he was like, it's so sad. Like, I want you to also be all initiating and all like excited. But once he realizes, this is a response. Yeah. So it's like, I remember, James, this is so good if you have little kids. He told me one day, you know how Ethan talks about Legos all the time? You know, Ethan was probably like 7 or something at the time. He's always talking about like Legos, like all different kinds of Legos. And he's thinking about Legos and he's talking about Legos. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's how men think about sex. Like they're constantly thinking about sex. And I was like, really? I was like, really? And he took like a little, is it right? So it just helps us understand like, okay, you think about it a whole lot more than I think about it. Right. But that doesn't make it unimportant or does, you know, so it's just understanding that, and again, even when you're married like a super long time, you're still like, I don't understand this. Yes. And that's okay. I think this is the mystery of God bringing us all together.